So quite recently, Mercy was buffed, mostly to do with her damage and her res speed, and as a result, she got her ults a lot more often and her ults were a lot more easy to get. And for that reason, basically every play of the game for the past couple of weeks has been just Mercy ults. All of the time. There's been no real variation between it. And since then, Blizzard have eventually figured out this problem and they decided to increase the threshold and try and fix the whole Mercy problem. And yes, now it's somewhat fixed. But in saying that, it does bring to light the actual focus of this video. The thing that I think is an actual problem. The play of the game system as a whole is fucked. There is so much shit that should not be a thing in the play of the game system. Before I go into the things that are wrong, I'll go into the things that are right, just to kind of go over what they've done well. Firstly, it is good that they do damage instead of kills, because kills can just be stealing something in the end, and it would piss somebody off if they did 80% of the work, and somebody else just sneaks the kills in the end with some stupid ult. So in saying that, it definitely is good that damage is the focus of a play of the game. But there is a lot of things that cause stupid plays of the game. For example, if you stop an ult, i.e. you shoot a Pharah midair while she's ulting, or you do something along those lines, you get play of the game for it. Now, although it's a good pat in the back to the person saying good work on stopping this ult and effectively changing the course of the game, it's a really fucking boring play of the game to watch. Now the thing with play of the games is they're primarily designed for the spectacle for both the person who did it and for the people who are watching. For the person who did it, it's purely so they can brag about it. But in saying that, they get highlights anyway, so they don't need to have bragging rights to get play of the game. So if you take that out, the real purpose of plays of the game is actually just for the visual spectacle. So in saying that, if you have somebody shooting a Pharah mid-air and stationary as a McCree, it is not impressive in the slightest. So I don't know why people seem to think that this would be a good idea to make as a play of the game. Now, apart from this, Lucios get a lot of play of the games, mostly because of environmental kills. Now this is less severe than the last one, mainly because with environmental kills, you actually can get some really effective ones. Like for example, I saw Lucio before pushing off a Reaper who was about to ult, effectively causing us to win the game. And I've also seen Lucios on Li Zhuang Tower around the corner and they push back like 3 people, winning us the team fight before it even started. Stuff like that does deserve play of the game. But there is examples I've seen where it's literally just Lucio pushing some poor sap off like a Roadhog, guys who literally cannot do anything about it, and then just turning around, doing a little bit of damage, and then suddenly you've played the game. Now, that's fine, but usually in the same game, you could see a 3k from a Pharah, and it wouldn't do the same. It wouldn't have the same effectiveness, despite the fact that you're clearly doing more damage, and you're clearly getting much better kills, and it's much more interesting to watch, and kind of gives a better idea as to why their team won, and why the certain character who in question was carrying. Now I get that if they took out the environmental kills thing, Lucio wouldn't get any more play of the games, but I do think they should increase the threshold of environmental kills. It shouldn't just be one. And as well as that, I think they should really adapt it to which character you push off. Like if you push off a Mercy or another support, that's really effective in a team fight. But if you push off some fucking Roadhog or you push off a DPS, yeah, it's good, but it's not really changing the team fight that much, because you still might get killed pretty easily. So in saying that, those two are like 2 big examples of dumb plays of the game. Now, I'm not even going to get into other stuff like Torbjorn play of the games, where they just stand there and do fuck all and watch their turret kill people, because let's be honest, if you're playing Torbjorn, that is the only way you can get play of the game. I've seen a couple of Torbjorns just ult and just hit every shot, but maybe what they could do is, the way play of the games actually work is they work on a point system. So environmental kills are worth more than normal kills. Stopping an ult by killing the person is worth more than I think 2.5 kills. And rezzing, I believe, is worth 2 kills per person you bring back, which is why rezzing used to be a big deal, but they changed that now and I think it's different, and I think you have to get at least 3 people or 4 people for it actually to be in the running for be play of the game. Before it was just 2 and then you just get play of the game. Now in saying that, a big change they need to make to go over all of these problems, including the Torbjorn play of the games, the Symmetra play of the games, the environmental kill play of the games, and the ult stopping play of the games, all of which are terrible spectacles to watch and aren't really that big of a pat in the back for the person who gets them, because almost all of them are dumb and usually the person doesn't deserve it. So in saying that, the way I think they can fix play of the games is just by tweaking the point system a lot. Like for example, a turret kill should not be worth as much as a normal kill. That's just a fact. I'd say it should be worth about half as much as a normal kill. So 2 turret kills will be worth as much as a kill, which means, yeah, granted, a 4k is equal to a 2k, and they could tweak it a bit better than that, maybe so Torbjorns get the occasional play of the game. But in saying that, Torbjorns get too many play of the games from doing literally fuck all. They just sit behind a corner, they ult when their turret's about to die, and then suddenly they get a 3k. It's dumb. Symmetra is a fairly similar situation, except there's a little bit more finesse to Symmetra, although I have seen some pretty fucking stupid Symmetra play of the games. On that same note, they could definitely reduce environmental kill play of the game points by just giving it the same amount of points as a kill, or maybe just more, but not twice as much. I mean, if we're going to change Mercy play of the games and fix that, the point of this video was, why not change all of the other problems? Yes, Mercy was dumb, and yes, although I'm happy she's good now, it was annoying to see every single play of the game be just a 2-man res. I believe that changed the game more than an environmental kill play of the game, or a lifesaver play of the game, or an ult play of the game. There's a lot of play of the games in this game that just aren't that interesting to watch, and aren't very impressive for the person who got them. And I think if they're going to fix Mercy, they have to fix all these other problems too. And coming down to it, all of them come down to point tweaking, i.e. the way the point system works with each character. If they just tweak the points a little bit and maybe lengthen out the time between kills, because there's been a lot of occasions where I get a 3k and then it takes me a second to kill the 4th person, and it doesn't seem to be counted in a play of the game. If they just tweaked all this just a little bit, play of the game system could be fantastic. It already is pretty good. It's already actually a really cool thing to watch, especially if you see a good play of the game. But I think what Blizzard have to work on now is getting more consistently good plays of the game all of the time in most games, because that's the point of play of the game, to actually watch a really good play that probably affected the course of the game at some point. Anyway, this is just my ramble after being gone for a month. It's probably one of the few issues I've had with Blizzard's Overwatch at the moment, but in saying that, I know I've been gone for a while. I've been busy with a bunch of shit, and to be honest, if you're asking why I went, well, life got in the way. Yeah, that joke was bad. I'm sorry.